Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and today we're going to be doing another little video and update on the Sweetheart Roadster. So now that I got the windshield frame in place, we got most of the major rust or rot repair done on the car. We have a lot of just like kind of nitpicky work to do to the car, and we need to remove the last remaining paint that was on this thing. So I've been waiting for the weather just to get a little bit better, and it's early March and the weather broke a little bit, so it's warm enough outside that we can push the car outside, get the Eastwood SCT, strip the last of this paint off, and take a look at it, number one, what it looks like outside finally out in the open from far away, which is always one of my favorite things to do. And then we could start working on repairing some of the damage, specifically right in this corner right here where the body line all kind of intersects. The body had ripped here, it was smashed in, it was filled with lead, it was filled with Bondo, and it needs to be addressed. So we're going to be working on fixing some of that stuff, get the paint stripped, and see it finally in bare metal, which will be really neat, and hopefully make another step towards getting a car that is closer to being ready for paint. So let's get started. I don't know when this car saw sunlight last, to be completely honest.
When you dragged it home on a trailer.
I think I had that. I don't remember. I really don't. I can sell that. Alright, so I started doing some pulling here with the stud gun, trying to get some of this damage out that was pretty bad, and this is a common spot where on these Roadsters, they all rip. Not all of them, but a lot of the cars, they tend to rip right here in the body line from the body flexing. It's just a weak point on them. So this has been repaired at least once, if not twice before, and then all in here was all banged in, and they had it just filled with lead and mud when we started on this car. And when I started working on it, just the arcing of the stud gun was blowing through the metal. It's that thin in here, and it's double metal. It's really hard for me to get to, and as much as I want to use the original metal, I have this leftover piece here from when I was making my test door skin. So we have a piece already made, so I can hit the easy button and replace this all in one shot. So I think what I'm going to do is probably go in front of the damage somewhere out into here, or maybe all the way to the end there, and weld that in, and then we'll probably go all the way back here to where the bead goes into two pieces, right where this repair is, and try and weld it in there, and I'll take care of all this damage. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, we got 5 to 6 things in here that are bad in this little area here. So by doing one long weld in here, or a couple welds to weld this piece in, we'll have a piece that's not all damaged, and we just got to finish out the weld seam, and it'll take a lot less filler work. So it's just one of those things. Sometimes you try and use the stud gun and you surprise yourself and it pulls out, but I think because this is such a strong area and it's been sanded and messed with so many times, it's just really thin in this damaged area, and I don't even want to try and risk it because it may come back to haunt me in the bodywork later. So I'm going to kind of trace this out. I'm going to try and weld basically right down into this crevice or the body line or just below it, and then I'll probably cut it somewhere like 3/4 of the way down on the bead. It's a little easier to finish that way if it's down on the bottom of the bead there. I can kind of smooth it out and it won't warp as much because you're in the actual bead area. So I'm going to trace this out, get it cut, and cut out the old stuff, and we'll start working on putting some new metal in. All right, so I got the piece pretty much welded in. Have a couple little spots up here. Actually, I'm gonna end up having to probably cut a little piece out because it's thin and a little, not rotted, but just thin from being broken and worked. But I got the piece welded in fully. I got to dress everything up. There was a crack that was all the way down in here that fought me a little bit because it was a little thin, but got that in there. I may have to go back and just fill some pinholes. So now what I can do is just go with a small die grinder with a little sander on it and just knock down all these high spots on the welds and dress it up with a DA and all that good stuff. And then this should be pretty good on this side. We'll go back and do some major, you know, hammer and dolly and fixing of stuff as we go around the whole car a little later on. But I should be able to tune it up pretty good here in a handful of time. All right, so got the welding all done and then blended in some of the seams here, and everything went fairly well. Just have a little bit of waviness, some spots that I can't get to because there's some bracing behind here, but it is definitely satisfactory. I say in a lot of these videos, I'm not some crazy pro, and we do use filler or lead. So this will be getting filler all over the car. So looks pretty good. Have this area here. I was a little worried about this area when I decided to make the move to actually replace this section because it is a very deep draw to actually hammer that by hand in and get that to fit. But ended up working out pretty good. I think it looks pretty natural once everything's all one color and, you know, and the filler and primer and everything's on. I think it will look very, very good. So that was a section that I was definitely dreading since I got this car in the very beginning. With that being ripped and smashed, I was a little worried about that. So it ended up working out pretty good. The other side just has a little tear that I'm going to just kind of go over the weld that's there, blend it in a little better, do some hammer and dolly work. And I think that will be okay. It's not smashed in like this one, so we're not gonna have to actually make that part. Sigh of relief there. So now that I got this done and the whole car in bare metal, we can start going around the car and just fixing some of these little spots like this. The next big thing that I do have to do is that rear panel. We did uncover a bunch of really thin metal, really pitted metal where I think it was just sitting and weather was getting on it. So I'm going to cut that panel out, make a new one, and put like a patch in there around the existing panel. That will be probably the last, fingers crossed, I said this before, last major big repair on the car. And everything else is just going to be tuning up gaps, doing some of the custom work stuff that we're going to do, and just kind of connecting all the dots of all the custom work that I did. But really cool to now finally see the car all in bare metal. It is really nice because it was bothering me that it was sitting here with that half blue, black, whatever on like the back half of the car. So thank you guys for following along. Really appreciate it. Catch you later.